Yo, what up? What up? It's crack a lacking. Yo, 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 what's up? All right, give me 1 second. I'm running late. What's up, bro? Can you hear me?
Peace. Yeah, I can hear
Hey,
you. What's
man,
going
I
on?
can't, I can't deal with that YouTube. It was doing way too much on
I
YouTube.
feel you.
So,
I know what you mean.
30 minutes, man. We should just be able to go live
Mm-mm.
and add. What the fuck? But like I told you, man,
They need to change that.
I'm tired. I'm tired of talking to myself. So start doing it a new way. But man, I got the most hilarious story that just happened in court. Now you know how we get down on it. We tend not to even step foot in court. That's the whole objective. You know what I'm saying? But because of my hectic schedule, I pretty much broke some of the laws of contracting by not, you know, counter
And
offering
you
the time.
acquiesce accidentally.
Yeah,
You made a mistake legally.
yeah. So I had to operate in honor and show up to the shift this time for a couple things. And for the past couple joints, I was actually doing it on purpose because I was telling people like, uh, in this whole ball game of sovereign, whatever you want to call this, American national, secure party, we have to become accustomed to dealing with them on their own court, in their own field. We got to know how to stand on our shit regardless. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep hiding behind the paperwork because eventually we're gonna have to, the man or the woman is gonna have to gonna have to stand on that paperwork for the words on that paper. Or you have to know how to stand on not having anything on paper. So
Yeah, that's what kill people.
you know,
But you got to be a bad one.
yeah. So man, so look, so this was the deal. So I ended up going to court for uh for a few different things or whatever, some petty stuff. And I went to court the first time, and I just showed up just to pretty much get a continuance and just to do the get a trial date. To buy me some more time to deal with. Now I planned on still dealing with it on the administrative process, but I still didn't have couldn't make it to the post office in time. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't make it to the county in time. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna show up. But this time, my person actually wanted to show up to this particular case because of this certain judge that she thinks she's running shit. It's one of them courthouses with a judge. She's the only judge in the. There's only one court and one judge, and she runs everybody. She runs the deputies, the clerks, everybody. She don't allow people to put
This
documents on the record too. That was the first issue.
this Illinois.
Nah, this is Indiana.
Okay.
So because I sent her some documents at first, and she stricken them from the record because of improper format. So I went in and looked at the Indiana guidelines and stuff like that for the motions and the shit. So I was gonna restructure it and send it to her that way. But I was gonna go to the other county and have them submit it through the county. But I didn't have enough time to do it. So long story short, I had to go in there, butt naked as far as paperwork is concerned. But that was the whole intention. Like I purposely did it like that to deal with the situation just with nothing else. Nothing else back me except my words. So I'm the last person. I'm the last person to go up to the stand. Last person in the courtroom. So it's me, the judge, the state, the city, everybody, the bailers, bailies, all these other people. It's them against me. Perfect scenario, right? So now I made sure before they called me up, I went to the bathroom, took like the biggest dump, and did flush purposely. you know, like I said, I'm gonna leave y'all with this shit because y'all always leave me with some shit, right? So I went back.
Bruh.
Look, so I went back in there.
Wow.
I went back in there, and so they called me up. They're like, yeah. They called my name or whatever. So like, can you please state your name? I said, yeah. I'm I'm Lorenzo from the McDonald family and the house of McDonald. So she says, okay, what is your name, sir? I said, I told you my name. I'm Lorenzo from the house of McDonald and the McDonald family. I'm here representing the estate and trust, listed and entitled to Lorenzo blase blah blase blah listed here on this authenticated document. So I held up my certificate of live birth, the authenticated one, along with my declaration of beneficial ownership. So I held it up purposely to create the separation between the live man and the corporation. So then of course, she's trying to being combative and stuff like that. And now, as soon as I said that, as soon as I said what I said, but I kept on. I had like a run-on sentence. I kept on talking to make sure I got what I need to get on the record. So I say I'm the beneficiary of the. I'm the executive beneficiary of the estate of trust listed right here on this authenticated birth certificate. And I say, and the clerk of the court is in which the clerk of the court is the administrator of, and the courts and its officers, or it's the courts and its officials are the trustees of. As soon as I said that, the state and the city and the state was like, oh Lord. So
You said it out loud?
yes, and then the state was like, you hear him whispering like, dismiss, dismiss, dismiss. So they tried to close it out right there, but the judge tried to overtalk, like she was like, and kept on trying to challenge me. So I said, okay. So then I hit her with the. She's still trying to ask for my name because remember they can't proceed without you identifying yourself as the corporation. So I ignored her when she was saying that, and I was like, what I say? Uh, does the state of Indiana have a claim against me? I say, does the city of EC have a case against me? Does the persecutor and the officer in question have a claim against me? No answer.
You wanted somebody to take liability.
I say because they never actually have a claim against us. So if we up under the assumption they have a claim because we're in the court, or they sent us a pretty note in the mail or whatever with our name.
A presumption. That's all it is.
That's what the court
Is they're
stand for.
presuming that you're dumb enough to pay
That's
them.
it. That's all. You have to admit, and then they ask you other questions: admit or deny. We don't supposed to admit or deny. We don't. I do not accept. I can't. But if you want to force me to say either of the two options, I'm letting you know for the record that I'll be acting under duress. So I said the same shit back when she kept trying to get me to admit I'm the corporation and to either accept or deny or whatever like that. So once I asked them did they have a claim against me, I told her also if there is a claim against me and if I have committed a crime, the courts must present the claimant, the witness, and for the record, the claimant can't play a dual role as the claimant and the witness because usually if you get a ticket or something like that, they try to present the officers being the claimant and the witness. He can't be both.
And that is
He
illegal.
can't witness the same because it still boils down to being his word against ours.
If that's the case, we can witness to our own documents, and we know that is not the case. You always need another party in order to testify that what you are doing is true.
Exactly.
But for some odd reason, these individuals feel as if that's not the case.
So they didn't answer that on the record. They were just silent. But it doesn't matter, of course, right? As long see their silence is still guilt. So then she like so that was round one. Now round two, she thought she was gonna get me. She was like, okay, sir, well, how did you get here? I say, do you have a car? I say, yeah. I say, I say, I have an automobile. She was like, she's like, oh, so you
I
tried, so
already know
you
where this
drove up
going.
here. I say, of course not. I traveled. I said, of course not. I traveled. Look, she was like stuck. She was like, she had a little smirk on her face. I'm like, yeah, you know, yeah, you thought you had me, didn't you? Look. Then she,
People don't know. She asked you had a driver's license?
yeah, do I have a driver's license? I say that. Oh, that was the first question. Do you have a driver's license? I said no.
Nope.
Oh, so you don't
Nope.
have a, so did you drive up here? I said, of course not. I traveled. Now listen. Remember that part of the story, right? Because she thought she was gonna get me in the end, even though I just beat her in court. Now she says, so she kept on. Now she's trying to play this the intimidation role they always do. You know what I'm saying? And she got her little goon behind me. He making all type of not nunchuck. He making all type of handcuff noises and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like clink clink clink
You ever quick in the
clink
cuffs?
clink clink clink. Right. So look, this is what I did. I purposely bought out like 3 or 4 ounces of silver, right? And I started doing like this. I started doing this. But I never acknowledged this. I never acknowledged the officers ever in life. I always look either looking at the judge directly in her face, or I'm looking at the persecutors or whatever. But I was just doing this while I was still talking to her. You know, did that. He just fell back. So then she was like, what she say? She was just like, I think that was pretty much it. Then she was like, you know what? I'm not gonna deal with this. I'm not gonna deal with this. State, what do you want to do? Then she was like, oh, she asked for my documents. I wasn't gonna give it to her at first, because it's pointless for her to look at it. You know, so she was like, so I handed her pretty much a few documents out of my diplomat package, and
Are you talking about that black binder?
yeah,
Oh no,
you
no.
know what?
Are you talking about the one that the video got made about you about?
Yeah, that yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But you know, everything is still in the black binder though. You know, so
Yeah, I know. Yo, binder like this
it's
thick,
thicker
bro.
now.
Yeah.
It's thicker. So she but all I handed her was like I say, my declaration of ownership, my authenticated birth certificate, and you know that's it. So she tried to look at that and try to front on me like, sir, this isn't a legal document. I say, don't you see that seal and that Department of State seal? I'm like, that's not legal. Yeah, she didn't say shit. I say, okay. So she handed me.
Because they get their jurisdiction from the Department of State. And actually, if a warrant is not issued to the Department of State, technically it's not factual. And also, the manner in which they are dealing in the warrants underneath Rule, I believe it's Rule 5, Rule 7, and Rule 42, they're all operating improper underneath their own standards.
exactly because they're not reporting these cases to the IRS. They're not filing taxes properly. They're not doing none of that. It's like when you do a search on your name to figure out who has a lien on you. Because these court cases are lawsuits. When you get a ticket, that's a
No,
lawsuit.
and none of these people, but see, after people started getting hip to the system, and then especially if you have the first lien on yourself, if they are found to have a fraudulent lien on you, oh, the commercial remedy is going to be retarded.
Indictment.
So like I feel like a lot of them started treading a lot lightly, especially because like well when I was younger, when this movement was really popping, people was going hard on the liens. Like I had to be like middle school, like probably like teenager when the sovereign movement was like really popping, and then people started putting UCCs out on public officials and stuff. So once they realized people could operate in that capacity and they see it still going, I felt like a lot of their liens started falling, like started decreasing on a higher level.
Mm-hmm.
The government.
Yep. Now uh, I made an interjection on her. She was like, I asked her, I say, can the court please produce the 1040 for this case?
Did you get it? Did you get that W-9 information?
Nah, I was fucking with it on the 1040.
You need to because they had you there. You need to get paid for that,
Yeah, I know that's how I get my bread. You know, I'm lazy with that stuff. I just want to win.
bro. Who is you telling that post office stuff? That sounds like the story of my life. Be too busy doing stuff for other people can't get my shit done.
It's like I'm gonna start cashing out on them though. But I asked for that 1040. She say, I don't have to give you that. I don't have to present that. Oh,
I tell the IRS on your
I'm glad the
ass.
record reflects that. You know what I'm saying? So now she was like, she got frustrated. She's like, you know what? I'm not gonna deal with this. State, what do you want to do? Soon before she can get the words out of her mouth, they was like, dismiss, 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 3 times. I say, thank you. She said, I got your welcome. I knew what that meant later. Tell me why.
Well, you should have asked for dismissal without prejudice because that's why she was like, "I got your welcome." She gonna try and bring it back up.
Nah. I think in one of my bars, I did say without prejudice. I just can't remember everything I said in the heat of the moment. I hit her with that. She but I knew what she meant when she said that. Because what happened was, as I'm doing my victory walk out the door, I hear footsteps behind me and shit, like motherfuckers following me and shit. So when I look behind me, there wasn't nobody there. But check this out. As soon as I get to the light, tell me why the motherfucking deputy ran outside, caught the nearest officer, pointed and told him go pull him over. And they pulled me over
Did
down
you
the
get
street.
pulled?
They
You
pulled me
got
over
pulled
down the
over?
street. Two squad cars.
You gave him the IDP?
She just made it 10 times worse. So she pulled me over.
That's a whole harassment
Look,
claim.
look. They pulled me over. He walked up to the car like, he like, sir, you have a driver's license? I'm like, bro, you know I don't have a driver's license. I told her that. I'm like, he was like, they told me you didn't have a driver. I'm like, okay, first of all, just because so and so said so and so, you can't just randomly pull people over. I have to run a red light or something. You know what I'm saying?
It needs to be a crime
I,
committed, not
you can't
assumption.
just
And anyway, traffic
are
violations
not
are not
at the end
crimes.
of the
Neither
day
is not
when that
contracting.
boils down to on, but it is if you have a contract with the state called the driver's license.
But that's what I'm saying. Not contracting is not a crime.
Exactly.
So you not having the contract, like you gonna run
If
up on
I
me
don't
for it
have
because
a
I don't got
contract, it
paperwork?
wouldn't even matter if I did run a red light. So
Bruh.
so he was like, so he came out. He was like, sir. He was like, sir. He's like, you're driving. He say, see, you messed up because you told him in court that you didn't have a driver's license. I said, yeah. I said it on the. I said, exactly. I don't have a driver's license because I'm not a driver. I'm not here. I'm not in the midst of commercial activity. I told her I was traveling, sir. But you're in the car. I say, no. I'm in my private conveyance. So you're not driving? No, I'm traveling. What don't y'all understand about that? Let me let you understand something. I'm not one of these guys out here talking that sovereign citizen shit, and they try to call me a sovereign citizen in court. With the persecutor, he say, "Look, I
They
never
love to
heard
throw that out
all
there.
them bro.
Defamation of
The
character.
ad libs in court is like the ad libs was hilarious. They saying shit on the sidelines. He say sovereign citizen. I say, for the record, I'm not a sovereign citizen. I'm a flesh and blood man, and I'm here just to let you guys know that I'm alive. That's it. That's it. Don't connect me with none of that other stuff. Don't connect me with none of the other stuff. Look, I pull out my IDP. I say, you know what? I'm traveling. I say, that being said, I'm traveling. I do have documents to back up my rights to travel, if that's what you want to see. So I pulled out my IDP, pulled out my, my national ID, and then I forgot since I had to dig in my wallet to get my ID. Oh shit, he seen the diplomat badge. Oh, I happen to be a diplomat too. That nigga,
Oh shit!
that nigga put his hands
I
in his
wish
pocket,
you
bro.
need cameras on your car so you can get people reactions, bro.
He put his hands in his pocket, would not touch my documents, and was like, "Man, what happened up in there, man?" I'm like, "Man, some bullshit ass traffic ticket. Like wasting my time two days, out the year for this BS." You see, your boss is bogus for putting you in this situation. She couldn't even win, so why would she sick you on me to make you liable for some shit you don't even know about? Because if you do the wrong thing, then I gotta do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm expensive. He was like, so now I'm educating him now. He got his hand in his pocket. He's like, now I did respect you, right? I said, yeah. I mean, and I appreciate you. I appreciate that too. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you got to give respect in order to get it. I'm like, but yeah, everybody out
Mm-hmm.
here not regular. So you should not live off assumptions, because assumptions can, lead us in the wrong direction. Don't assume nothing.
Yeah,
Don't assume you
because
know.
people
I
be
told
assuming that
y'all
I'm gonna
that
let them
who I
talk to me
was
any
when
type
I'm
of
not.
way.
So bro ain't checked my shit. Bro ain't touched my shit. Bro put his hands in
You was a brother?
his pocket and pimp back to his motherfucking supervisor, lieutenant, judge, and told him we can't fuck with that nigga. Yes, I know. Stop playing. That's it.
And the crazy part is somebody just made a whole video about talking about how this shit don't work.
Right.
Oh my god, put
I
him in a
wish I would have
coffin.
had my button camera on. I swear. If I wish I wasn't being lazy getting the SD card. I got my little button camera, man. Next time I'm gonna have it so I can get the whole shit. Cause this shit was classic. For for them to get shut down in court and then sick the goons on me and pull me over. She thought she was finna bring me right back. Oh, he ain't got no license, cause they locking niggas up for that shit. Oh, you ain't got no license? Go get him. Yeah.
All day. That's the reason I in this video. Once again, thank you for inviting me on, and also I always appreciate you allowing our tune works to contract with you on your platform. But this video right here should be pretty much like a shut the fuck up to a lot of people.
Yes.
It was like that's the kindest way I can say it, because they out here talking crazy and they really not out here
It's
doing
quite
nothing
a
but
few
yelling and making
people
rap
that really need
videos
to
and shit.
shut the hell and the fuck up, and they need to look into the things that they talking about before they talk about it, and they need to probably get to know the people they talking about before they start mentioning people's names and giving and assuming. Don't assume somebody. If you don't know me, you can't assume what I'm on at all. That's dangerous to assume something about me or anybody. How do you know what the fuck I'm doing? You know what I'm saying? How do you know what I'm connected to and what I'm not connected to? How do you know? Because it seems similar to what so and so doing and what blows. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Because everything that we do, we show and prove that what we're doing with the people. So it's like,
You That's the main thing. Like, there's an aspect of evidence that we have provided through our works that cannot be refuted because it's come from other individuals, and ain't nobody paying nobody for testimonies, and don't nobody gotta like fabricate these stories because there's no way to fabricate this shit. Either you gonna win or you going to jail.
either way, from the whole history that I personally been sharing information. I tell people about the successes and the failures because both are
It's part of the
important.
game. Failure is part of
Yes,
success.
people
Quitting
need
is
to
when you
know
lose
why that shit didn't work.
because your ass quit. That's the reason why you quit. That's when it don't work. You keep on pressing them, and you right. They have no choice but to break.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't do paper terrorism. Don't overload them people with paperwork because they're not gonna read your stuff flat
Mm-hmm.
out.
And watch what you say inside them documents and know what you saying, like that
Oh
sovereign
yeah.
citizen shit.
Don't threaten
I
nobody
tell
in the
people,
paperwork either.
don't remove that shit out your vocabulary and your paperwork because they gonna hang your ass to that sovereign shit. The first step of anything is claiming back, reclaiming the body, and then reclaiming spirit. Once you do
Yeah, you
that,
have to let them know that you're operating as a living soul and not a legal fiction, not a business entity. And then for individuals who like to go above and beyond, like that's when you say something like, I belong to this nation. This is the reason why I belong to this jurisdiction. But nationality, because like I said, the whole reason why I even brought up the other shit, because I'm a Moor and I like the temple. I want the temple to do better. But I rock with the facts. And right now the facts is on this side in the administrative process. So it's like this is what got me checks. It's got like you clearly just got a W and help people get their houses, all types of stuff. So like I'm a rock with what's like benefiting my life. And right now it's administrative process and paperwork. And it's not me sitting in four walls talking about this and talking about that. Unless I'm talking about this. So I really can't. I
it
can't.
took a lot. See, it took. Look, I was 30 minutes late trying to get this shit set up so we can have this quick meeting, but I got to get moving because I don't have time to keep. It's like people take time out their days to provide this information, these testimonials, so people can know that it's hope out here. Like it's ways that we can win and and secure ourselves with it and operate in the right fashion. So it's my
bro.
duty to put it out there. You know what I'm saying?
And when people are deterring people from shit like that, like that's agent, that's provocateur behavior. Like for real, like somebody said, get the strap. Like that's bitch ass behavior. And I don't care if you are wearing a fez or not. Like I tell people all the time, I will knock that shit off your head flat out.
Real talk. Turn that shit
It's
into
like because like wrong is wrong, right is right.
call that shit a hat. God damn it. Some niggas like nigga that ain't even no fans to some niggas. That's a hat. They can take that hat off your head.
Because that's not operating in what's conducive for the upliftment of fallen humanity. Because if doing paperwork is what's gonna help uplift us, put us in a better commercial paradigm, because shit, money is what makes shit happen. And who's running all of the money situations? The banks. And what's the front for the banks? The courts, the car loans, I mean the car lots, all of this stuff. If you don't understand commercial capacity, you yourself gonna fail in life. So if you down in any commercial aspect, you yourself is a fucking failure. Can't say it no other way.
I tell easy way to check people temperatures. Look through their timeline or they video logs and see what they spend the most of their time doing. Is it if these motherfuckers spend time talking shit about other people, that's what they eat off of. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like and they'll probably
I
never
don't
make it
I
out
don't
their little
support
square
debate.
box that they sit in. You'll never actually
I
see
don't
them nowhere
support
doing
debating,
shit.
bro. We should be well beyond that shit right now. Like the manner in which me and you can communicate and do business. Like you come to like you coming to my city soon, right?
I'm supposed to be there tomorrow.
Okay. Bet. All right, so let me make sure I got my stuff free. And but like you coming to the city, I'm about to link up with you. We do commerce. When I come to your city, we link up and stuff. We meet, even though we go kick it with Frank and stuff, Josh, all of them. But we do commerce with each other. We set things up. I send people your way. I send people to ANCP, like all of that. And then for him to down a network just because it's European based, that's not right.
See,
Because
see,
you're
that
saying that
situation got to be
nobody of
addressed.
a different nationality can bring us of anything of value. That shit is false.
See that situation got to be addressed because my thing is this: if you got something to say, state the facts. You know what I'm saying? But you got to get put your head in the
Leave
game
that
in order to know
emotional
the
shit at
facts.
the door.
You know what I'm saying? Dude, first, and I know we still got to deal with that situation. We busy. We're fucking busy. We gotta okay. Talk to this nigga and clarify some shit. Not for him, but for the motherfuckers that follow him, because he's misinforming motherfuckers on what the fuck we do.
Truly,
AMPC is not European based.
it's for
You know what I'm
everyone.
saying? It's like if I only can tell people what's really behind it, like, but it's not European based.
No, and
It has
they
no
don't even
color code
know,
on it.
bro. They don't even know the whole conversation we had about what's popping before I went to the Bahamas, bro. Like they don't even like people. We're working to be active for the benefit of others, and then we have people just trying to tear shit down who don't do shit but yell on camera. As far as I'm concerned, like temples are in the same position as churches. They're not helping or benefiting nobody at this point in
No,
time.
they get
So,
into that debate phase. Debate.
bro, I haven't been to a temple in years because can't nobody show me none of that shit of value. And I invest in businesses and everything. If you could, with what I have, with me being the president of Growing Farms and me being a representative for Game Face, with me having federal with me having um, the ability to move federally with hemp on an industrial level, that is something that I can give to the temples in order for them to contract on a better level and generate commerce. But give this shit to these people for what if they are messing up the money? They don't do good business.
Yeah.
You're not going to even pay the business back the percentage it's supposed to get because you don't even put the money into the temple the way it should be. This is the same thing that going in the church, same thing that going in the community. This is why I won't trust nothing Moorish, nor will I trust anything black because our people play each other. They still have a lot of Willie Lynch left in their ass. Same reason why we have to have this conversation because of the other video that was made on
See,
some Willie Lynch. Didn't even look into the shit
no,
good.
no anybody anybody that doesn't understand the true definition of unification should not be the part of the foundation of anything, because they're gonna be always be part of the separation of the foundation. So anybody that's still colorblind, meaning that can't see, get the message or receive and transfer energy amongst people in general, that just have the
Bro,
capacity. It's like there's no black, white.
this is how you kill Moors. You kill Moors with their own literature. I swear on everything. It said upliftment of all of fallen humanity, not more or Moorish humanity. All. That includes Europeans, Japanese, Australians, Vietnamese, everybody, bro. Everybody. So if you are knocking something because it comes from a different nationality, like I said, that's some Willie Lynch and some closed-minded stuff, and it's a broke mindset. It's a broken mindset, and that goes beyond finances.
Way beyond finances. That starts in the spirit, and it reflects in the mind and through the body. You know, I mean, and that's some shit that some people might not ever grow out of. It's like these people leave one matrix and put themselves to a whole another matrix.
Bro, the temple is nothing more than the church with new titles and new attire. Because you have to wear a headdress or you have to wear a fez, and most of them have to dress a certain way. But the manner in which they operate is still, and there's nothing wrong with being religious, but it's the aspect of which you do it. Because I do commerce religiously. It was like I wake up and every day and I get right to business. Like some people, that's how they feel about their deity or their God or whatever. But if you gonna operate in this paradigm, you need to understand the true basis behind what you're doing this, and it's for you being a good person, not for you stirring shit up.
Grown ass people. I don't have, I don't
Dog,
have time.
double my damn age.
I don't have time to debate with some like. I'd rather sit up and be wrong or act like I don't know shit than debate some shit with somebody that's fucking irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? It's like the purpose of a debate. The actual purpose of a debate is to come to a new understanding. That means that you have a different perspective. I have one. We're supposed to bring it to one table, and now through our both different understanding, we come to a new understanding.
And then we decide how, from this collective meeting of minds, how we can move
Right.
forward for the betterment of me and you and
It
our
ain't
people.
about
If that shit's
a
not
debate.
happening,
Is
why
not
are you even
about
having these
winning.
discussions?
Winning. It ain't about I won. I had my information was better, or is it that's not a
Bro,
victory.
you want to know the worst debate I ever fucking seen? It was on Sinetta TV. It was SETI, and I believe it was versus Dr. Eileen. People tried to say SETI won because he was fucking yelling. Dr. Eileen came with straight knowledge, dog, straight facts. The people was like, "Oh, you heard?" I was like, "Dog,"
Hey,
and that's why people get riled up off the
that's
emotion.
why that's why I made that post. I was like, people need to understand the difference between entertainers and teachers. People get stuck too close to these and people they don't realize that they're being entertained so much that they're not even learning shit. The
It
person
was like, what have these people given you that is actually conducive to you changing your life? Are these people teaching you about yourself? Are they teaching you about your natal chart? They helping you get your finances in order. They help you get your bills down, help you pay your damn bills. Or they even help you do any of this stuff in the temple. But yet they're telling you it takes finances to uplift the nation. But who's helping you to generate some in your own home? But these people got the nerve to call themselves damn teachers. What have they taught you? They're not doing anything but regurgitating old
and they
information.
becoming the worst.
And it's not anything that's truly
They
beneficial.
becoming the worst type of teachers too, because anybody that a teacher is supposed to be a wise man. And any wise man knows he needs to always be in a position to always learn more and obtain more information. So you have to have a dual dynamic of being the teacher and the student. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
You got two hats. You
I know adapt chamber information. I know Masonic information. I know African spiritual system information, Aboriginal information, and I'm very young still. But the reason for me doing is this shit because I know I don't know it all, so I have to continuously grow. You're not going to get it all in one place. The temple don't got all the answers. The church don't got all the answers. Sway clearly ain't got the goddamn answers. So where are you gonna look? You gotta go everywhere, bro.
Bro, it's like once people realize nobody has all the answers. That's why I tell people don't ever call me no fucking guru. No, I don't know shit at all.
I be telling
I don't
people
know
I'm not a
shit,
guru.
but I do know how to separate the real shit from the bogus shit. You know, I know what's real, what because I know how it applies to me, and I execute it in real life. You know, so it's like I cut through all the extra stuff and get out what I need, and I move on because people get caught into this information just like religion. It's like you give them one book and they stuck on it. No, it was meant for you to take that book, take out what you needed, and move on to the next one. It's too much information out here. It's too much ground
It's
to cover.
perception. It's cultural perceptions as well, because people must also realize that especially pertaining to the Bible, when that book was written, it was written in a Shakespearean time. So the mindset and the language that was going along with that text was that type. So we're in a modern time, and we also speak broken English, slang, all of this stuff. You're not thinking about that book in that aspect because you don't live in that time.
Exactly. Oh,
So
a
it's
whole
it's
nother
your
perspective.
perception. People's perceptions are off.
And it's still somebody else's words that we can use as a guide. You know, while we have the power to. It's like if me and you documented our life from here on out until the day we transcend, and the fucking world it was a massive hurricanes and all this other shit wiped out half the world, and now the world's in a replenishing process. And guess what? So now they're going through like a Book of Eli type of venture where they trying to recoup all the books and all the information to try to rebuild, the foundation of the world. And it so happened one of the two books that they recovered has your name on it and one got my name. So what's gonna be the new philosophy? The motherfucking DJ Bay and them
The
motherfuckers
motherfuckers who didn't put
doing
out
the
that
same
literature, who been
shit.
doing the work.
So that's the whole point. That was okay. The Bible, whatever fucking book you want to cover, they taught you how to be Jesus like. You know what I'm saying? They taught you how to be
Spirit of Christos.
it wasn't. It, I tell religious people, especially like super religious Christians, to read the Gospel of Thomas. Read the Gospel of Thomas. That will slaughter, and then you go back and retract the other 36 missing books of the Bible that mysteriously got deleted out, and then
You're talking about the
you'll
Apocrypha.
understand why they got removed, because the Bible was meant to be a control device. That's one thing that they'll make available for you when you go to jail. You think jail really wants you to be closer to God? Why do you think that's up under your mattress when you get locked up? Because they know the way it's written, and the people that's put in place to teach the so-called word is misteaching you. How can somebody teach you your perspective? It's supposed to be your perspective. When you read the book, you're supposed to give me your perspective, not give me the.
Enough people didn't watch Nat Turner, bro, because that movie right there, that scene when he was teaching and he felt that his own spirit break delivering that word to them people because he seen what he was saying out them word and he knew they couldn't read. It was like they're still doing that shit to this day. I have family who own churches. Like my godparents are pastors and first ladies. So like I have a couple sets of godparents. They got a church in Cali and they got some up here in Michigan. So I grew up that life, bro. They think I'm the most off child of all.
Man, but that's not. Let me clarify. That's not to say that I don't believe all of these books have value to it if you know how to read it and perceive the information.
I believe there's value in every
You have
book,
to know how
but
to decode it. They're not teaching you the proper way.
with me being belonging to some of the organizations that I do, I was taught how to read allegory. And by when I was fairly young, I had to be like 22, 23 when I had enrolled into that school. So I was taught to actually be able to understand and see the light when it comes to the Helios Biblios, which is the book of sun worship, which is the Bible. And Helios, the sun, that's what walks across water every day. That's what actually turns water into wine because that's what produces our vegetables and things.
Well,
But being able to learn the allegory and also understanding the astrology aspect within the Bible and also just understanding that this stuff is not face value. Remember, it comes from a Shakespearean time where these people spoke and written
metaphors and
riddles.
shit.
Yes, allegory.
That is actually the foundation of all religion, and the perfect example proving that all any figure that a person or the people has worshipped as being a god entity or whatever. Any picture you see of these people, they always put the sun behind them. They tell us.
Because that's what it's the spirit of Christos, and it's to be, and it's so funny because like people don't understand the allegory behind my company, Atum. Atum is the first hydrogen atom. Well, it's the first makeup of man, which is also atom, which is a representation of the hydrogen atom. The sun itself is magnified hydrogen. So when you operate through Atum, you still dealing in sun aspect. A lot of people are sun worshippers and they don't understand because you yourself are a child of the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And we all are built up of atoms, and the atoms collectively make up the body, and they're always moving and in motion. So that's how we should operate in our
Mm-hmm.
tomb. But this is basic
The
science.
son of God. If you just change the spelling of son, that will fuck up the whole.
I call my child
The
SUN, not
son of
SON.
God. Wow, you mean he wasn't talking about a person? Wow. Or it wasn't meant to be singular. Maybe it was plural. The gods.
Because it was always multiple Christ, multiple aspects of deities, and then also, well, not I'm gonna chime back into that, but this right here, this is aspects of importance, like learning these things right here, because you're not going to get this in the temple because the temple only deals with temple information. No shade at the temple right now, but these are things that you should know, that there is more than one Christ. Do you know that even some people treat Prophet Noble Drew Ali as an aspect of Christ? And he himself even said he doesn't want man worship. But there were multiple Christs. Even my favorite, Eshu, which if you spell Jesus Jesus, you also spell his name Esu. And Eshu is also known as Papa Legba in the Ifa system, the African spiritual system. He's over the crossroads. So a lot of individuals that believe that crosses are bad, if you go into our African spiritual system, it's not. It actually refers to a time of decision making. And that's the individual who meets you there. So, and it's also found in your consciousness. So if you understand the allegory, and I fully expressed to you that this individual carries crosses, and he came from a holy trinity birth. Father was divine, his mother was Oshun, and he was born from the divine waters. So, and his mother was a virgin. But this clearly, Yoruba Ifa clearly predates Christianity. And Eshu is in Jesus, and we didn't have a J, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
If
all right. I'm just making sure I'm not tripping.
if they go back in the history books or the history of Christianity, it'll be a lot of six faces because actually the father of Christianity is Constantine. And what did Constantine do to his family because they wouldn't join the new because
He got all that stuff from his
he
mother, and his
slaughtered his
mother was a
mother.
sicko.
I believe he slaughtered his wife too and his brother because they wouldn't become Christians. And then that's when he brought into the Baptists. That's when he became Baptist because
He started the Council of
he
Nicaea.
did. Oh, he really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was the one facilitating the creating of the book.
The Roman Empire, boy. He did all this dirt and committed all the murder, and then he created Baptists. So none of that would never trace back.
A lot of people don't even know why they Protestant, because people were protesting because they would not allow your people to read the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
And so protesting, that's Martin Luther, the 144 letters on the door. You don't even understand what you practice every day. And I know for sure none of these people have read that book front to back. And if you did, I know a lot of them don't understand it, because that is something you must be taught how to understand.
Exactly.
Like how you have to be taught how to read a Masonic book because they're in code. You have to be taught how to read the Bible properly
Mm-hmm.
and not be told what it means. You have to be taught how to read it for
Not be
yourself. It's a
told.
difference.
Yep. Not be told what it means. That's exactly right. I mean that's what everything. You know, I tell people, see, what the whole religious aspect right now, even though shit is changing, people need to understand the true difference between good and evil. And don't assume you know. Don't assume you know based on what you've been taught, because actually a lot of shit that you think is good actually is actually evil. And a lot of shit that you is portrayed to be evil actually has a lot of the answers that you need in order to live in truth.
Bro, you sound like you talking about juju. People fear that
Nah,
stuff mainly because of Christianity. It's like I told somebody the other day, I was like, almost anything that somebody tells you is bad, I do it.
I
I don't
tell people
care.
You
I
have
do
to
it.
you have to go through the darkness in order to see the light. That means go through every chamber of darkness, which considered whatever, and you will actually find the light is going to be your enlightenment because you're going to understand. Like, damn. Like, I remember, like, when I first started cracking open that shell as far as on the spiritual realm, like 2003 ish or something like that. I started doing like mind exercises. So I had like different type of books, like I don't got that one, but I had the Satanic Bible, I had the Bible, I had the Quran, and I'll purposely do different certain few passages in each book, like throughout the day, and like to kind of freak your mind. It's like when you triggering your different muscles in your body and stuff. You're doing different exercises to awaken certain parts of certain muscles in your body. I was purposely doing that, but I found a lot of the bullshit that the religion is trying to hide inside of the Satanic Bible. And people be like, "Oh, you
Oh,
reading the Satanic?"
that's actually one of the realest
That's one of
books
the that's
out,
one of the
bro. But it's because people have a fear of the Baphomet head, and they don't even understand that head is a representation of the Moor man. Elder Master Teacher Bobby Hemmett actually made a whole video about Moors and witches, and he
oh yeah,
expressed that these people was given a breakdown or homage to us because we was the one who gave them the science on the magic and all of that.
yep.
And then they also wanted to sleep with us, so they was actually out there having sex with animals, and that was some type of weird representation of them trying to deal with us.
People want to challenge self, man, and see this is the thing. You They got to kill that virus before they can even pick up those type of books because that's when in order for you to look at that book and pick it up and actually read it, that means you have to kill the concept of fear and evil. You see what I mean? Or even if something does have an evil intention, knowing that entity or person's evil intention has nothing to do with you.
Somebody just said something to me crazy. Well, it's not really crazy. It's common because I've been doing it for so long, but it's still like I can't believe that you. But I have to remember this still is still new to everybody. Like whenever somebody new reach out to me, it's still new to them. Cause somebody was like, I heard you can go to jail for following the UCC. I was like, bro, I was like, I can't even entertain that shit with a comment right now.
Like
I was like, I just can't. I was like,
it's
it
time to
wasn't no
read
shot at
stuff.
them or nothing. It's just like I can't entertain that, bro. But it's the aspect that people are still operating with that level of fear, and even when they go read them UCC codes and stuff, you have to have that moment of unlocking in order to be able to
Because
even want to comprehend it. Because people gonna still reject
that's
it
why
because they're
this
gonna be like,
all
nah,
this
this shit
stuff
ain't
is
true.
related. All this spirit talk is related to all this stuff because you gotta know how you gotta have your mind has to be so open to the point because it's so much information. You got to be able to the universe brings you the interest like it just comes and we're not reading all these books front to back. It's too much shit. But it's like your energy just draws it to certain pages and certain passages. You just know when you see it, that's what you need. You know what I'm saying? Not because not because the book or somebody said it, just because it caught you. It was driven to you, and that was your intention because you was looking for the answer. If you seek, you shall find. So if you was genuinely seeking the answer will find you. So to
That's LOA, law of attraction. Like I tell people, I just made a post. A lot of people take a lot of the shit I say personal, and if that's what you do, that's on you. I don't give a damn, whatever. But I was like, I get what I want, and I always get what I want because that's the way it works for me. Because that's my perception, that's my reality, and I'm not gonna let nobody deter or deny that. And by me operating like this, has got me to this point where my ass is under 30 and I'm a president of a damn federal
so
company.
whose truth
On
is
top
that?
of it, I got my own other
So
businesses.
that's your truth. So can nobody interject and remove you from your because you're your own living truth and your own living testimony. And those are your words. So in order for you to teach somebody about it's at some point it's gonna be people, or even right now, it's people like, damn, I wanna live that life. Damn DJ, how can I do that? Okay, so
I can only
write
tell you
your
what I
words.
did.
If you say this is how you do it, this is a book I wrote. They have to study your walk of life, your way of life, and your perception of that life on why you do what you do and how you're able to do it. And it has only half of the amount of exactly what you do is how you think. So, but What? But you can't just think about the shit. You got to apply the proper action. People think they can just think positive and just, oh, all this shit's gonna happen. No, the
No,
second that you think, you have to give birth to that and put it out there. And so yeah, rather you just write it down on a notepad. The second you get
that's
an
like
idea, you
doing.
write it down.
That's like being a national and not believing in this shit. Yo, you know how many people that half-ass step in this life, bro? Be like, today I'm gonna be a national, or today I'm gonna be a more, but no, I'm back to being a United States citizen because it's beneficial at this point in time. No, fuck that.
Those
Like
are the
I'm
people
about
that's
this like
walking dangerous
24/7,
waters.
bro. I don't carry no state IDs, none of that stuff. Ain't no flipping and flaking. I'm a more all day, not a United States citizen. I'm an American national all day. I don't jump in and out. I don't contract with these people. And if you people can't respect the game enough in order for you to want to deal on that level so we can actually start getting some separation, you need to just sit your ass on their side.
Exactly, and stay over there because it's safer that way if you do that. But
It
it's
is
dangerous
because
trying
you're
to
not
play
about this
double
life.
dutch on both sides. It's real dangerous. But if people want to know ways to challenge their mind and challenge their spirit to unlock those chambers and remove the concept of fear and evil, and not to say there's no such thing as evil. It has to be a such thing as evil because such thing is good. But to remove the fear of evil.
Now that's something that I've had back in the day. It damn near turned into a debate about that
What?
because because I don't necessarily I feel like good and evil is a matter of
It
perception
is.
because I feel like that's something that is trained or
It
taught.
is.
But positive and negative, I know that is real
That's how I
because
perceive good and evil.
like somebody can tell me that me wanting to be with multiple women is negative, is bad or something like that. But in my reality, my perception, that's me. It was like, so I'm completely in the line. That's why I was like, good and evil seems to be more of a perception thing. And I realized as I got older, like I understood the Joker more from Batman. And it's more so like I don't necessarily think these people are bad. It's just like that's their perception, that's their reality.
Mm-hmm.
Even when it comes to the WWE, like we've seen individuals like Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. He has played a heel before. Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's a character, a perception that individuals fall in, but in their reality, they're doing everything right.
Yeah, exactly. Now, as long as it's not harming another person, if it's not conflicting harm to another person, can't nobody question somebody else's. And like, as long as I know, it's like at the end of the day, I know what my intention is. So it doesn't matter what somebody else thinks, what it might look like to somebody else, and none of that other shit. It doesn't matter. And I don't worry about anybody else's intention. Like somebody be like, "Hey man, watch out for that," or you might want to do this. I tell people all the time, I don't
I
give
I,
I
I
don't
do
give a
appreciate the
I don't
lookout
give a
though.
fuck about nobody's intentions because I understand who I am, my position, and my power over myself. And that right there is my spiritual shield. I don't care what somebody has done to other people and blah, blah, and blah, blah. Because the power that I hold within myself controls that whole dynamic. I've dealt with the crookedest people, the biggest so-called killers out here, and I can look at them right in their face. That's why I communicate with anybody. That's why I can translate information to anybody. And that's why I tell some of these
Because you are
so-called
able to
teachers
deal.
that's trying to teach us at such a high, like using all these incredibly big words and trying to sound all like shut the fuck up and talk regular. You talk regular because it's the regular people that need the information.
You just made me directly think about one specific individual. I promise that I'm not gonna take no shots right now at this moment. But
So
dog,
you know they out
I
there.
hate the way I swear on everything. I hate the way they dress, dog. I swear on everything, bruh. But man,
Man,
some people just brand whores and they don't even know how to put it together well.
hey, we're gonna try to give them a continuance later. I'm late for a meeting.
Oh, bro, you already know. Well, I'm actually supposed to be seeing you soon. We got some stuff we got to talk about in the private, and we got a lot of money on the floor. So
Bet I'm supposed to be out there tomorrow, so I'll let you know what's up.
most definitely, tonight or early. I mean tomorrow, like
If I'm
at
coming, I'll be
nighttime
on
or
my way
early.
about 9 o'clock.
Man, boy, you
What?
you always pulling up late.
Nah, 9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, okay, that's better. Cause last time you came, it was the middle of the
Nah,
night.
nah, nah. I'll be there early.
All right, bet. So that means we can link it. We can link up and get some stuff done.
Yep.
Well, all right, bro. Peace, family. Y'all have a great
I
day.
bet.